Referring to IGCSE Mathematics core curriculum exam. I will solve the past paper June 2016, paper 3, variant 1. Let's go on. Question 1. Joule spins a fair 5-sided spinner number 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Write down the probability that the spinner lands on an odd number. How many odd numbers we have here? We have 3, 5, just 2. 2 out of 5 outcomes. So the answer is 2 or 5. A prime number. How many prime numbers do we have? We have 2, we have 3, of course 4 is not prime. 6 also is not prime. We have 2, 3, and 5 only. So the answer is 3 or 5. The number 7, there is no 7 here, so the answer is 0. Okay. B. Here are the results of his first 20 spins. Okay, he made 20 spins. 20 spins. The sum of this row is 20, of course. And this is summarize the results. 2 appears 3 times, 3 appears 2 times, 4 6 times, and so on. Write down the mood. Okay, once you look at the mood, look at the large number here, 6. Don't write 6, write the number corresponds to 6, which is 4. 4 is repeated mostly. Okay, calculate the mean. To get the mean, okay, we have the sum here is 20, as the question said. Just now multiply 2 times 3, 6. 3 times 2, 6. Get the multiply with these two rows, okay? And then get its sum, which is 86 divided by 20, it's 4.3. Joule wants to draw a pie chart to show the results in the table. Okay, good. We have now a table frequency, and we want to collect an information for our pie chart. Show that the sector angle for the number 2 is 54. Okay, the total frequency is 20, and this 20 is corresponding to or is represented by the whole circle, which is 360 degrees. And now we want to know the number 2 has a frequency of what? Frequency of 2 is 3 from this table, okay? What is the angle that 3 must represent it here? It's like a ratio, okay? So we just multiply 3 times 360 and divide the answer with over 20. It will be 54 as the question asked for. B. Find the sector angle for the number 6. Please don't put 6 here, but 6 is here. I mean that the frequency of 6 is 5. Look at the 5. 5 must be represented by what angle? Which angle? We must multiply 5 times 360 and divide the result by 20. The answer will be 90 degrees. Okay? C. Joule asks 30 students to guess the number that the spinner will next land on. 30 students. This is a new frequency now. Okay? The results are shown in this pie chart. This is the inverse of the previous one. Now we have the pie chart and we want to collect information. The sector angle for the number 6 is 168. This angle is 168. How many students guessed the number 6? Okay, it's very easy. The frequency of 30, total frequency is 30, is represented by 360 degrees. Okay, what about the frequency of number 6? Frequency of 6 represented by 168 degrees. Okay, we can put question mark here, and to calculate it, just multiply 168 times 30 divided by 360, and the result will be 14 students. Okay. Double I. Find the percentage of the students who guessed a number less than 5. Okay, with respect to the percentage, you must know that the total circle, which is 360 degrees, represented by 100%. Okay, and now we want to know the percentage of students guessed number less than 5. Less than 5 contains the sectors 2, 3, and 4, all these sectors. So we can get our protractor like this, put our 0 here, and measure this angle. We measure it, we find it to be 156. Okay, this is the angle represents the sectors 2, 3, and 4, which are less than 5, as the question said. This angle represents how many percent if the 360 represented by 100%. What about this angle? We just multiply 156 times 100 divided by 360 and the result will be 43.3. Finally, Joel spins the spinner. 10% of the 30 students guessed correctly. Which number did the spinner land on? It's the inverse operation. In the previous item, we have the angle and we want to get its percentage. Now we have the percentage and we want to get the angle to know the sector which is represented by it. So the percentage is 10. Okay, what about the angle now? The angle is just 10% of 360, which is 36 degrees. The sector which is represented by 36 degrees is the sector of 5. Okay, 2. We have some numbers here from the list of numbers. Write down a factor of 15. Please, when you read factor, think about numbers less than 15. Okay, and the answer will be 3/4. A multiple of 18. The first multiple of 18 is 18 itself, and then 36, and then triple 3 times 18, and so on. We have 36 here. Okay, and this is the correct answer. And odd square number. Square number, we have square numbers like 36 and 49, but we want to write 49 because it is odd. A cube number, we have 27, of course, is a cube number here because it has a cube root. Okay, write as a percentage 0.43 because it, of course, it is 43%. Okay, half is 50%. Write 28 over 42 in its lowest terms. If we divide by 2 and make further simplification, the final answer will be 2 over 3. Or you can divide directly by 14 up and below in the numerator and denominator. Or you can write it, or please be sure that you must check your answer using your calculator. Just write in your calculator and simplify it directly. DI, write 45 as a product of prime factors. You can make the interesting prime factorization like this: 45 divided by 3, 15, divided by 3, 5, divided by 5, 1. So we can write 3 squared times 5. Find the highest common factor, HCF, of 45 and 105. We just now factorized 45. We will make the same for 105. Divided by 3 is 35, divided by 5 is 7, divided by 7 is 1. To get the highest common factor, we must collect the common factors and multiply them. So the answer will be, we have 3 here common factor, we have also 5. The answer is 3 times 5, which is 15. Question number 3. Paula and Mary go on a 14-night cruise in the Mediterranean. The price of the cruise is $237 per person per night. Okay? A tax of 6% is added to this price. Find the total amount Paul and Mary pay for this cruise. Okay, it's very easy. This amount of money is for only one person and for only one night. We have 14 nights, we have 2 persons, so we just multiply 237 times 14 times 2. The answer is 6,636. But this is not the total answer because we have a tax. Don't forget, we must calculate it by multiplying 6,636 times 6% or times 4.06. The answer will be 398.16. Add them together to get the final answer, which is 7,034.16. B. At a port, Mary buys 2 bottles of sun cream. Each bottle costs $7.89. Work out the change she receives from $20. It's very easy, just 20 minus double this amount. 2 times 7.89, the answer will be 4.22. C. Paul and Mary leave the ship at 9:23 to tour Pisa. The tour lasts 4, 6, and 3 or 4 hours. Find the time when the tour finished. Okay, at first we must split this mixed number to hours and minutes. We have 6 hours and 3 or 4 of 1 hour means 45 minutes. So we have 6 hours and 45 minutes, and we must add them to the start time, which is 9:23. Of course, 23 plus 45 will exceed 60 minutes. Take 60 minutes to be 1 extra hour and calculate it easily to be 16 and 8 minutes. D. The ship leaves at 18:40 to sail to the next port. It sails 270 km at an average speed of 52.4 km per hour. Find the time when the ship arrives. Of course, at first step we must calculate the time according to distance over speed, but please check that you have homogeneous units. We have kilometer here, we have kilometer per hour here, okay? So just divide 270 over 32.4. The answer will be, as a mixed number, 8 and 1/3. 8 hours and 1/3 of 1 hour means 20 minutes. Add the 20 minutes to 40 minutes, we have 60 minutes, which means 1 extra hour here, so we have 9 hours plus 18 hours. We have 27 hours. Okay, subtract 24 from them to get the new time, which is 3. Okay, for the next day. E. There are 1,800 passengers on the ship. They are in the ratio male to female. Males to females equals 5 to 4. Work out the number of male passengers. It's very easy. It's very easy. I will write the following: males to females, and there's some here. The question said 1,800. Now I will put the row of the ratios 4, 5, 4, and their sum is 9. Okay? To get the number of males, just multiply 5 times 1,800 divided by 9. The answer will be 1,000. Question 4. The table shows temperature at noon each day for 1 week in a city. The first row represents the days, the second row represents the corresponding noon degrees, noon temperature. Sorry. Okay. Which day had the lowest noon temperature? Of course, it is corresponding to -3, which is Wednesday. Okay. Find the difference between the noon temperatures on Tuesday and Wednesday. This is Tuesday. This is Wednesday. We have 2 and fell by 2 and then 3. The answer will be 5, of course. This is the difference. It's very easy to solve direct numbers like this. Okay, write these 7 temperatures in order, starting with the lowest. It's very easy. I will start from the 3 and then do 5. Okay? On Sunday, the noon temperature was -2 degrees Celsius. The next day, the noon temperature fell by 4. Okay, we will move through 4 degrees down, -2, we will move down, and of course it means -6. Okay. B. The number of houses in the city is 1,935,364. Write this number correct to the nearest million. Okay. Look at the million digit here, which is 1. Look at the next digit to the right, which is 9. This means that we must increase this by 1 to be 2 million. Of course, some students write 2 only. I don't know how. Can we approximate this large number by 2 only? How? It must be 2 million, okay? Don't forget to put zeros here. Okay. See, the height h meters of a tower in the city is 120 meters, correct to the nearest 10 meters. This number is already corrected to the nearest 10 meters. Complete this statement. Okay. Of course, this question asks about the lower bound and upper bound, and we have now very easy way to get it. Now get the half of 10. What is the half of 10? It's 5. Okay. So to get the lower bound, just say 120 minus 5, which is 115. And to get the upper bound, sorry, just add 5 to 120 to be 125. Okay. D. The diagram shows the cross-section of a circular tunnel in the city. Calculate the shaded area. Of course, the shaded area here can be get easily by saying the outer area of the circle, the outer area minus the inner area of the circle. Okay, how we can calculate the area of a circle? By the rule A equals pi r squared. So the radius of the inner circle is 4, 8 over 2, 4, and the radius of the outer circle is 4 plus 1, which is 5. So the result will be pi 5 squared minus pi 4 squared, which is 25 pi minus 16 pi means 9 pi, and the answer is 28.3. It's very easy. Of course, it's wrong to say that the area is pi times 1 squared. 1 is not radius, okay? Don't forget. 5. The scale drawing shows port A and port B. The scale is 1 centimeter to 15 kilometers. Okay, a ship sails from port A to port B. Measure the bearing of port B from port A. To get the bearing directly, we must stand on the letter after from. We are standing here at A. Don't forget, please, after from. And we can get our protractor and put the 0 here to the north of A, moving clockwise to reach line AB. Measure the angle and write it in 3 significant figures form, and it will be 067 degrees. It's very easy. Double I, find the actual distance from port A to port B. Of course, you will use your ruler to measure this distance, and don't forget to multiply it by the scale of the drawing, which is 1 to 15. So I will multiply 9 times 15 to be 135 kilometers. Okay. The third item, the ship then sails from port B to port C, another port. Okay, port C is 90 kilometers from port B on a bearing of 146 degrees. On the scale drawing, mark the position of point C. We have now two informations about C. The first one is the length of BC, which is 90 kilometers, and the second one is the bearing of C from B. Okay. Look at the length now. 90 kilometers. We must divide it by 15 to get its length on the map here, on the drawing scale. Okay, it will be 90 over 15, which is 6 centimeters. I want to draw 6 centimeters, but where? I must make the bearing now. Okay, to get the bearing, put our protractor here with 0 to the north of B and measure 146, which represents this line. Okay, move your protractor now and join this line and make 6 centimeters only and mark the point C. B, another ship sails from port B to port Q and then return to and then to R and so on. We have a triangle now. Okay, find angle RPQ. RPQ, it's very easy. The sum of interior angles of triangle is 180, so we can get this angle by saying 180 minus 84 plus 67 into brackets. Okay, the answer is 29. Find the bearing of port P from port R. Okay, I want to get the bearing from of P from R, so I want to stand at R here. Okay, this is the bearing. This is my angle that I must measure clockwise and from the north. Okay, like this. We have many methods. I think one of the easiest one like this. In the previous item, I just get this angle, which is 29. Okay, we can draw this line to help us in calculating the bearing. This angle is in the alternate position of this angle also. So the measure of this angle will be 43 plus 29, which is 72. Okay, what letter Z? So the bearing now is just 180 plus 72, which is 252. Okay, see another diagram here. Port T is 267 kilometers east and 356 kilometers north of Port S. Calculate the distance ST. It's very easy. The easiest theorem in geometry, I can say that T is equals square root of 267 squared plus 356 squared, and the answer is 445. Okay, question 6. Solve these equations. X plus 7 equals 15. Oh, it's very easy. Just 15 minus 7 is 8. Double I. 5 times 3x plus 8 equals 10. Okay, it's interesting to divide it first by 5 to get 3x plus 8 equals 2, and then move 8 to other side. 2 minus 8 is negative 6, and finally divide negative 6 over 3, the answer is negative 2. B. A club is arranging transport for its members. Speedy coaches charge $625 plus $15 per member. The total cost in dollars for X members is given by the expression 15x plus 625. Okay, how we can explain this? Please concentrate with me. We have now fixed cost, which is 625, and we have variable cost, which depends on the number of members. I mean that 625, it doesn't depend on the members. If we have 0 members, we must pay 625, okay? But for each new member, we will pay $15. If we have 1 member, we will pay 15. If we have 2 members, we will pay 30, and so on. If we have X members, we will pay 15X. So we can get this expression. Now, sporty coaches charge $117 plus $19 per member. Okay, we just tell you how to get this expression, and now we ask you to write an expression for the total cost in dollars for X members here. It's very easy. By the same scenario, we can write 19x plus 117. Okay, this is the answer. And finally, the total cost is the same for both speedy coaches and sporty coaches, and they require to make the equation and solve it. Okay, I will put this in the left hand side and this in the right hand side. Collect x's here, collect numbers here. Divide 508 over 4, the result will be 127. Okay. Question 7 on the grid. Draw the image of shape A after a translation by the vector -2 and 6. Go to the figure now. It's a very interesting question. I want to translate this shape with translation vector -2 and -6. My advice is make the translation of just one vertex and complete the rest of the shape directly very easily. How? Let us take this vertex, okay? I want to move it towards left, I mean -2 horizontally, and then -6 vertically. I will move down 3 steps here and 3 steps over here, down, okay, like this point. So the image of this point will be here, okay? Starting from here, I can form the rest of the shape. How? From here, I can say, I'm here now, I want to make 2 steps, 2 units vertically, and I want to make 4 steps horizontally also. And from here also, I can make 2 steps to the right like this and join these 2 vertices to get this edge. Okay? Okay, the second question now. On the grid, draw the image of shape A after an enlargement, scale factor 2, center 4 and 4. Let us make the same scenario, okay? The center is 4 and 4. This is the point, 4 and 4, okay? Let us compute draw the image of this vertex now, okay? The scale factor is 2, means that this distance is 1 unit, so its image will be about 2 units from the center. Don't forget, not from this vertex, from the object, no, from the center. So we have 1 unit here, double it to be here. This is the image of this vertex. We can now complete the rest of the shape directly without referring to the center of enlargement. How? This is the image of this vertex, okay? This side is 2 units. I will double it to be 4 units till here. This side is just 2 units vertically. I will make 4 units vertically to be here. And then we have 4 units horizontally again. I will make 8 units horizontally to be here. And finally, join these 2 points to close the shape. This is the double dash, okay? Now, the question said, double I, write down the scale factor of the enlargement that matched the image of part B back onto shape A. Again, please, here, the A is our object, and a double dash is our image. This is in the previous item. Now he asks about the following. A double dash is the object, and we want to get its image to be A. Of course, it's enlargement also, but with scale factor 1/2, which is the reciprocal of the previous scale factor. So our answer is that. C. Describe fully the single transformation that maps shape A onto shape B. If we look at these shapes, this is A and this is B. Of course, this is reflection because this shape is flipped to be this shape. This vertex is to the right and this vertex is to the left. So we have reflection here, but what about the equation, the mirror line? Look at this vertex and its image is here. We have total distance here 2.46. Okay, bisect this distance. The bisection will be here, right? This is the mirror line, of course. This mirror line has an equation of what? This mirror line cuts x-axis at -1, so y equals -1. Sorry, x equals -1. Okay, so the answer will be reflection about x equals -1. Okay. Finally, D. Describe fully the single transformation that maps shape A onto shape C. Look at the shapes. How we can get C from A? Look at the vertices and look at their coordinates. We have here 2 and 3. We have its image here -2 and -3. We have also here 4 and 3. We have here -4 and -3. And if you join these two vertices like this, and you join these two vertices like this, they will meet at the point which is center of rotation. We have a rotation here with angle 180 degrees. So the answer here will be rotation with center 0, 0 with angle 180. And when the angle is 180, it is not necessary to specify whether clockwise or counterclockwise because they are the same. We need to specify when the angle is 90. Okay. Please, I have a note here. Look at to the marks assigned to this question. Here we have 2 marks because we have 2 informations. Reflection is 1 mark and x equal -1 has another mark. But here we have 3 questions, 3 marks, 1 for the reflection, 1 for the center, and 1 for the angle. Don't forget. Okay. Finally, we go to question 8. George is building a house. The diagram shows the plan of the floor of the house. This is the floor of the house. Okay. Okay. Find the area of the floor. We want to get the area. We want to calculate its area. Okay. We have many methods. We can close this horizontal line. We can close these 2 vertical lines. Every method is correct if you follow the correct steps. But I will move another. I will follow another way. I will close the whole rectangle. And subtract the small one from it. How? I'm sorry, this number is not appear here, but it will be 11.8 times 7.5 to get the area of the larger rectangle, and minus minus 2.8 times this side length, which is 11.8 minus the sum of 3.2 and 3.2, which is 6.4. 11.8 minus 6.4 is 5.4. And the final answer is 33.38. Okay. For every square meter the floor area, it costs $2,175 to build the house. Calculate the cost of building the house. Give your answer correct to 3 significant figures. It's very easy. I will just this amount of money is for only 1 square meter. So I will multiply all the square meter times this number. Okay, and then after approximating to 3 significant figures, the answer will be $160,000. Okay. Item B for this diagram. The diagram shows a section of the roof. Using trigonometry, calculate the value of x. It's very easy to get the value of this angle. Look at the information for this angle. We know it's opposite and we know it's adjacent, so the suitable trigonometric function is tan, of course. But I will use tan inverse because I want to get an angle now, okay? So I can write tan inverse 1 over 8 over 1.75 to get the answer 45.8 degrees. C. Jard invests $50,000 for 3 years at a rate of 2% per year compound interest. Calculate the total amount Jard receives at the end of the 3 years. Please here look at to the type interest will, it's compound of course, and look at if the question asks about the total or only the interest amount. So we have total amount here, okay? It's very easy by following this rule. Total amount equals the principal multiplied by 1 plus r over 100 all to the power t. The principal here is 50,000. If we put r r is 2 here, 2 over 100, 4.02 plus 1, 1.02 all power 3, and the answer will be 53,016.4 dollars. Okay, item D. George also built an apartment for $180,000. He sells it for $198. Calculate the percentage profit that he makes. Of course, it's very easy. Some students make it in 2 steps, and I prefer to make it in only 1 step by following the selling price minus cost price and all divided by the original amount or the cost price. And the answer will be 10%. Question 9, which is the last question. Complete the table of values for y equal 8 plus 7x minus x squared. It's very easy questions just by substitute, and instead of x I will put 1, 3, 6, 8 and calculate the corresponding y values to be 14, 20, 20, 14 also and 0. Of course there is an important note here. In this table you must note the symmetry of the numbers, okay? Because we have here quadratic equation, we have the equation of second degree, so we must have a symmetry like this 20, 20. If you go to the next value, it will be 18. If you move previous step, it will be 18 also. Previous here is 14, and here is 14, 8, and this is correct. Why I tell you this? Because some students make mathematical mistakes here. If I find that 6 is corresponding to 10, say 10, okay? I must look at 1 here 14, so it must be 14. So I must review my mathematical steps, okay? B. On the grid, draw the graph of y equals 8 plus 7x minus x squared. I just would mark the points and draw the curve like this, okay? C. Write down the coordinates of the highest point of the curve. The highest point will be here. It will be 3.5 of course, and the corresponding y values maybe 20 point something, okay? But the table values here can help us. The corresponding value of 3 is 20 and of 4 is 20, so the x-coordinate of the vertex must lie between them, of course, right? It will be 3.5, and we can get the corresponding value from the graph or from the algebraic equation by substituting 3.5 here to get the answer is 20.25. Of course, when I tell you, you can use the algebraic equation to check because your number here must coincide with your graph here. Okay. Okay. D. On the grid, draw the line y equals 16. It's very easy. It's a horizontal line which cuts what x at 16. This is the answer. Y equals 16 is here. Finally, use your line to solve the equation 8 plus 7x minus x squared, which is the curve equation, equals 16, which is the horizontal line equation. Now I just read the x-coordinate of the points of intersection of the line and the curve, which will be 1.4 and 5.6. Of course, you can check these two numbers because some of you make very strange curves. So you can check these two numbers by solving this quadratic equation by using calculator. It's very easy. As I told you before, we can make a calculator check using mode 5, then 3, and then setting A equals -1 here, and B equals 7, and C equals 8 minus 16, which is -8, to get the answer correct. Okay, thank you very much.